Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 1. Hokage, Make Senju Great Again Author, Leg God. Introduction. The Senju Family Ancestral Hall. Everyone, I hope that the ancestors will bless me and make my Senju family great again. But the protagonist stared at a photo in the Ancestral Hall. Uzumaki Mito looks really good. The personality of the shavings is detected, grass done, is awakened, the mission goal. Let the Senju family be great again. Now start assigning you a great mission guide. Already assigned, Uzumaki Mito. With a few words, the protagonist carries the soul of Uzumaki Mito, and awakens the very grass done. The magnificent Mrs. Naruto. In order to make the Senju family great again, to protect Konoha and even the ninja world, and to prevent the protagonist from spoiling this world, I have broken my heart. Chapter 1. Grass Escape System. Naruto World, Konoha Hidden Village, Senju Family Ancestral Hall. People are worshipping in the Ancestral Hall. For judgment, this is more like a complaint meeting. O ancestors of the Senju clan! Recently, the people in the village have gone too far. Some of them said that we don't want the surnames of the Senju family. There are also rumors that our Senju family disbanded and actively integrated into other groups. Some people even say that our Senju family is extinct. After the great elder finished complaining, the others continued to move forward. How many people of those evil pink-eyed people have opened their eyes this year are much more than us. Last month, what ethnic groups and how many Jnin were there? Even the Cataract family, who are submissive to the outside world and aggressive at home, dare to despise us Senju. Otherwise, they would shout whenever they see anyone. Their Hyuga clan is the largest clan in Konoha. Ignored the clansmen who repeatedly came forward to complain. Senju Kasha's eyes were placed in another place. On a portrait of a woman. This woman looks good. Senju Ju-ming admired her appearance and thought. Better than all the women I've seen in my previous life. Kasha is a time traveler. There is nothing special about the identity of the previous life. It's just an existence with no emotions. Firm will, machine-like thinking, ruthless means, these are just basic skills. Coming to this world didn't change Kasha in any way. According to Kasha's observations and the body memory fused in his mind, people in this world use an energy called chakra. Flying over the eaves and walls, and jumping 3 meters high in one jump, it's not a problem at all. It can even breathe fire and release thunder. All kinds of unique knowledge are fascinating. Of course, to learn these skills, you have to embark on the road called ninja profession. The village where Kasha is located is called Konoha Hidden Village. The first Hokage Senju Hashirama led the Senju family, and the Uchiha family led by Uchiha Madara established the village hand in hand. At that time, the Senju family was the most prosperous group in the ninja world. Later, along with the of ninja Senju Hashirama, the fastest ninja world Senju Higama, etc. the strong passed away one after another. The Senju family collapsed. A few years ago, Senju Hashirama's grandson strayed into a detonator trap and was killed. In the same year, the granddaughter of Senju Hashirama left Konoha due to the death of her lover. Since then, the Senju family has been completely devastated. From a group of various strong people, it has become a veritable background board, and a group of real performers. In addition to still leaving a little political influence of the Tianlong people, they have formed an interest group called Senju Lineage, with Konoha's various families, ninjas, and secretly engaged in political relations. Outside. It seems that there is nothing worthy of praise. So, to revive the Senju clan and make the Senju clan great again has become the wish of every descendant of the Senju clan. Kas. The great elder called Kasha Ming's name. With a serious face, he signaled that it's your turn to pay homage to the ancestors. Yes, great elder. Kasha nodded. The originally cold and handsome Zhengtai's face suddenly showed a loyal expression, and his acting skills were online in a second. Then, Ju Ming stepped forward and came to the portraits of the ancestors. There are words in the mouth. What Senju ancestors bless me Senju family to be great again. My Senju clan is the largest clan in Konoha. 30 years in Hadong and 30 years in Hashi, don't bully Senju to be poor. After some rhetoric, the elders and other compatriots nodded frequently. And in fact, from the corner of his eyes, Juming stared at the photo of the woman without blinking. The woman's name is Uzumaki Mido, and she is the wife of the ninja Senju Hashirama. During his lifetime, he made countless major contributions to Konoha. From the portrait left by her, we can also get a glimpse of her peerless beauty when she was young. That was beyond the beauty of all women that Kasha Ming had ever seen. What a beautiful redhead. Jude thought. Unfortunately, Uzumaki Mido has passed away. If she is alive, or if she has a way to bring her back to life, then. Simply put, I'm greedy for her body. Just when Caesar had a rebellious idea in his heart. In my mind, a voice suddenly sounded. Personality detected in the crumbs, awakening the grass escape system. Exclamation point. Kasha's first reaction was that this is the legendary system. The strongest family started with a decline, and it couldn't be more stable. It must be the story routine template for the Senju family to regain the pinnacle of the ninja world through their own hands. But this system. Crumbs. It seems to be talking about yourself. Grass escape. It also sounds very grassy. Transcend the god of ninja, become the strongest ninja, and make the Senju family great again. Now start assigning the Great Senju Revival Guide. Already assigned, Uzumaki Mido. With the sound of the system falling, Jueming felt that something flew out of the portrait he was looking at. It's the soul. A human soul. And this soul looks exactly like Uzumaki Mido. The Whirlpool Mido, which is in a blue transparent form, is so beautiful. She stared at herself, and in an instant, rushed towards herself, and directly entered her body. Chapter 2. Whirlpool Mido. Kasha! Exclamation point. Just when Ju-Ming was in a daze, a female voice sounded in his mind. 3 holy lands, the prophecy of the great toad immortal on Mt. Myamu, finally. Said the female voice. When the time comes, the predestined person of our clan will come to the ancestral hall, and I will guide him as a guide, and let him lead the Senju clan to rise again. The female voice muttered in Ju-Ming's mind for a moment, and then began to look at her junior. Senju Kasha, a good name. Kasha is a commonly used medicine, with yellow flowers, and has the function of clearing the liver and improving eyesight. The vitality in the plant community is extremely strong, and it often competes with other plants for nutrients. In some parts of the ninja world, Kasha is regarded as a weed that is difficult to eradicate, huh? Then I heard the female voice suddenly froze, and after a while. Chakra is not strong enough, physical strength is weak, and chakra control is mediocre. Why is you the one who is destined? Except for being handsome, all aspects are mediocre to the extreme. I have been away for only 6 years, has my Senju clan declined to this extent? She let out a long sigh and fell into a brief moment of sentimentality. Next moment. Woman, are you talking to me? Kasha tried to use thoughts in his heart to transmit thoughts to the female voice, because this is usually the way. Seeing Ju-Ming's tense and indifferent face, the female voice couldn't help but froze. Then, she raised her tone, what woman? I am your ancestor. Uzumaki Mido. You should call me Mido-sama. It was Uzumaki Mido who lodged in Kasha's body. It was the woman that Ju-Ming had been staring at, the portrait. So what is the situation now? As long as you are brave enough, the female ghost. Kasha tried a bit, and found that he could only communicate with the other party in his mind with his thoughts. The image of Uzumaki Mido stands in his sea of consciousness. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 2. In real life, she looks even more beautiful than the photos. In this world without PS and filters, it seems so real. Everyone, keep up the good work. In the new year, let my Senju clan regain its glory. Just when Judging was thinking, the words of the great elder brought him back to reality. Yes. Caesar shouted together with other clansmen and swore in front of the ancestors that Senju must be made great again. Kasha finds out. Great elder, they don't seem to have seen this woman's soul fly into my body. During the entire worship process thereafter. Everyone else looked the same, which made Jueming confirm that he was probably the only one who saw the soul of Uzumaki Mido. Wait until the worship is over. The great elder nodded in satisfaction. He looked around the scene, and his eyes fell on the immature faces. In another week, it will be the registration ceremony for the ninja school. The list is ready, but whether you can enroll in the end depends on your own performance. Kasha is 5 years old this year. Just right for the youngest age to enroll in ninja school. Going to a professional institution to study is the only way to embark on the career of ninja. Previously, Kasha can already read and write, and has mastered the most basic, chakra refinement, so he has completed his preschool preparations. In theory, the next step is to wait for a week to pass. But Ju obviously had a different idea. After leaving the ancestral hall, Ju Ming walked with other clan friends. Several people passed by several streets. Entrance exam for ninja school, some people are frowning, some people are excited. As the great elder said, the Senju family is declining day by day and has become a super background board. As for the background board, it often means that there is not even a splash of water, and it may be eliminated in the first round of audition for the ninja school assessment. The most urgent task is to continue to improve your foundation so that you can pass the entrance test of the ninja school. Do you have confidence? And you? Probably, maybe. Watching peers looking for confidence from each other, in fact, it looks like they don't have any confidence at all. Right inside Ju Ming's body, Uzumaki Mido, as an observer, clearly recorded this scene in his eyes. Well. She sighed. Not long after returning from the long sleep, I learned about the current situation of the Senju clan. It has indeed declined to the extreme. What the Senju family lacks is not only physical strength, but also spiritual inheritance. When Uzumaki Mido is sentimental. Kasha tried to touch her, but found that he couldn't do anything for the time being. The woman just stayed quietly in the consciousness space of her mind. So, Kasha turned his attention to this grass escape system, how to use it. It's the first time, do a trivial thing so that it can be used to activate the system. The system pops up a prompt. What's wrong? Kasha looked at the system prompt. That is to say, do bad things. Therefore, Kasha looked at several of his peers. Doesn't this have ready-made materials? Kasha stepped forward quickly, directly blocking in front of several people. You who don't have self-confidence, it's better to hide your identity and be an ordinary person, so as not to tarnish the name of my Senju family. Judging made a statement. Uzumaki Mido, who was feeling sentimental, was taken aback for a moment. This kid. She thought. Although the aptitude is mediocre, but the disposition is unexpectedly good, at least, very confident. However, can self-confidence alone defeat others? The answer soon appeared before her eyes. What did you say? Kasha Ming's words aroused the anger of several people. One of them walked straight up and met Kasha Ming's gaze. His name is Senju, and he is very fierce just by hearing the name. He is nodding acquaintance with Kasha Ming, although they are members of the tribe, they are actually not very familiar with each other. Senju, Kasha, I want to fight you. Senju slammed into a posture and was about to practice on the spot. Weak. One word from Kasha made him anxious, he was anxious. You. Senju punched out fiercely, and in the eyes of other peers, he took the lead in attacking. But in the eyes of Kasha, there are 10 ways to sanction him. Snapped. As soon as Ju Ming raised his arm, he directly blocked the opponent's fist from below. Then, he stepped forward and punched Senju fiercely in the face. Senju suddenly felt a pain in the face. Then, Kasha Ming's storm-like attack hit him. Boom! 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 Seeing that Kasha knocked down Senju fiercely in an instant, and rode on him to beat him repeatedly, the friends next to him were dumbfounded. With a blow of the hammer, Senju was hit hard, and his face was covered with blood, before Caesar stopped moving. Twice. Uzumaki Mido, who has been watching this scene, secretly admired inwardly. The timing and strength of the shot are very accurate. It seems that I have practiced hard. Uzumaki Mido didn't know. What kind of person was Kasha in the previous life? Liver training hard. This kind of thing is just a routine and a must-have basic ability for Kasha Ming. Even when he came to this world, he didn't let Ju Ming let go of his practice. It's just a different practice method. The will and means to fight in the past are still there. Uzumaki Mito was about to open her mouth to praise Kasha, when something that surprised her happened. I saw Kasha touching Senju Meng's body. In the end, a dozen coins and a few lollipops were taken out of him. After putting everything in his pocket, he got up. Uzumaki Mito was taken aback for a moment, feeling bad all over. What is this all about? And Judging, who had done the trivial things, received the reply from the system as he wished. One trivial matter has been completed, spiritual energy has been collected, the grass escape system is officially opened. A mysterious feeling appeared in Ju Ming's mind. A large amount of words flowed before his eyes, filling Kasha's retina like a waterfall. So he didn't notice that Uzumaki Mito's face gradually became indifferent. Just like the expression of a strict elder preparing to educate his children. A series of light arrays, sealed. Immediately at the foot of Uzumaki Mito, some ghost-like characters appeared. These words spread and spread throughout Kasha's spiritual space. At the same time, it also affected Kasha's body. After beating the Kasha of his peers, just wanted to move, but suddenly found himself not moving. Not only that, the whole person froze because of the movement of getting up. With a plop, he fell directly to the ground. Everyone, come and have fun. Button group. 902543817. 902.543.817. Friendly reminder. If you find that chapters are missing, it is Shook, Hedgehog Cat, app routine convulsion. Please refresh the chapter table of contents and it will be okay. Chapter 3. Very weedy. What happened? Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 3. Kasha found that his body suddenly lost the ability to move. Don't talk about getting up. Can't even move a finger. Snort. In the spiritual space. Uzumaki Mito maintained the seal, with a cold expression. Senju, Kasha, what good did you do just now? She was referring to the incident where Kasha stole coins and lollipops from Senju, Mammoth. If at first, Kasumi's righteous speech made Mito Uzumaki feel a little better about him. Then, when Kasha started to pick out the opponent's pocket, Uzumaki Mito's senses had a 180-degree reversal. He said it was for the Senju family. In fact, he is doing dirty things. This behavior must be corrected. Whirlpool Mito Heart said. The ancient said, stealing needles from childhood, stealing gold when growing up. If you don't learn well when you are young, you will definitely go astray when you grow up. Uzumaki Mito was born noble, the princess of the Uzumaki clan. His father was also the previous patriarch of the Uzumaki clan, Uzumaki Ashina. With a strict family upbringing, it is impossible for her to be used to such petty theft by Caesar. There is no room for a grain of sand in her eyes, and she has such a character and 3 views. Caesar frowned, and immediately realized that it was this woman who did it. System, what's going on? Kasha asked. Immediately, a line of text appeared. The main idea is to introduce the basic situation of Uzumaki Mito. Uzumaki Mito, as the guide who makes the Senju family great again, takes on the duties of teacher, guide, etc. Naturally, there will be certain teaching authority. For example, in one's own mental space, release a certain degree of sealing technique, and in this way, correct one's behavior. Are you honest now? Uzumaki Mito stared at Kasha who fell on the ground, and thought. A few friends around the crowd. Seeing this scene, several people were also taken aback. They had just seen Kasha beat Senju violently before. Why did he suddenly lie on the ground in the next second? Kasha began to use force, but it didn't work for a while. However, Kasha was not in a hurry, but set his sights on the system. The grass escape system that has just been activated. At this moment, it shines brightly. Kasha browsed the system and quickly found a solution to the situation. According to the description, the grass dungeon system has a total of 4 categories of abilities, all of which are related to self-enhancement. Grass escape forbearance, how tall are the grasses? Contains various ninjutsu of grass escape blood succession limit. Note, practice can increase chakra. Grass escape body, I am a grass, I am proud of my posture, as long as I have enough crumbs, I can become stronger even if I lie still, making you proficient in physical skills. Note, exercise can increase physical fitness. Grass escape fantasy, people are not grass and trees, who can be ruthless. I have a word, please listen carefully, the language of grass can change the world, and the living can be said to be dead, and the dead can be said to be alive. The confrontation of thinking is the most deadly. Fighting with people is a lot of fun. Note, it can improve your yin attribute. Grass escape grass, which grass do you think? Flowers blooming in Thunder Bluff, own part-time Taoran, Pharaoh, Huang Mao, let other people's heads be covered with green grassland, so scumbag, what explanation do you want? Note, it can improve your yang attribute. Ninja, body, magic, grass. Correspond. Chakra, constitution, yin attribute, yang attribute. There are 4 different skill categories, and there are related skill trees below. It takes a little experience to learn slowly and deeply. It is imperative. It is to solve the problem of not being able to move by oneself. As for compromising with Uzumaki Mido, that is absolutely impossible. No matter in the previous life or in this life, Ju Ming has done his best to avoid compromising with others. Even if it was a different world, Kasha didn't want to twist his will. System, is there a way to revive Uzumaki Mido? Kasha had an idea in his heart. When I become stronger in the future, I must beat this woman. The system pops up a prompt. Have. Just do what the mission says. Surpassing the of ninja Senju Hashirama, aspiring to the level of the 6 paths, powerhouse, you can revive Uzumaki Mido. But go beyond Senju Hashirama. It is enough to fully practice the 4 categories of skills of grass dungeon system, ninja, body, magic, and grass. That is to say, become stronger and become a 6-level powerhouse, you can revive Uzumaki Mido and then XX, and make the Senju family great again by the way. These are 2 tasks that do not conflict, but kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I choose, grass done body. Beginners can choose one of the 4 types of skill trees to practice first. After becoming stronger, slowly open other skill trees and subsequent skills. Therefore, Kasha decisively chose the skill tree of grass dungeon body. Because the explanation of this skill tree is that even if you lie still, you can become stronger, proficient in physical skills, and can increase your physique. A series of lamp arrays is the foundation of the sealing technique, and its function is to use spells to restrain the opponent's movements. There are many ways to crack it. One of them is to forcibly break free with strong strength and physique. Selected, grass dungeon body. Follow the system prompts. In the skill tree, the first skill also appeared in front of him. Grass escape body lay flat, plants grow while lying down, and they can become stronger when lying down, and the life of lying flat needs no explanation. Note, when lying still, the upper limit of physical strength will be randomly +1. Do you want to learn grass escape body lie flat? Study. Kasha learned the skill. Next second. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. A visible reminder popped up in front of my eyes. Kasha found that his body soon became stronger. If this continues, if he lies down for a while, he may be able to forcibly break free a series of lamp arrays. The next second, Senju, who had been knocked down before, suddenly woke up and got up from the ground. He wiped his face and was horrified to find blood on his hands. Looking at Kasha Ming again, he was lying on the ground, staring at himself with cold eyes. Senju Meng didn't know why Senju Jueming was lying on the ground, but just being stared at by those cold eyes made him shudder. That is the stare between the natural top predator and the prey. Will die. Senju suddenly felt a feeling in my heart. If you dare to move him, the consequences will be like this. Then. He put down his cruel words on the spot, Senju Kasha. You just wait for me. A week later. I will see the real chapter during the ninja school entrance examination. After finishing speaking, he ran away in a flash, not daring to stay here for another second. How? Uzumaki Mito's voice sounded in his head again. But, her sharp tone was a little softer this time. In her opinion, if the child can subdue, he will undo the shackles of the sealing technique. After all, he is still young, just a child. If he is a little scared, he will definitely be obedient. The guide for the Great Senju Revival Mission. Uzumaki Mito thought so. However, Kasha remained silent and ignored her at all. Because cruel words are to be buried in the heart. Snort. Seeing that Kasha was so stubborn, Uzumaki Mito laughed angrily. You are stubborn, let's see how long you can last. I can stay out late, Ju Ming thought. Seeing the prompts of, physical strength +1, constantly popping up in front of him, Kasha felt stable. In addition, the woman Uzumaki Mito seems to be unable to see the prompts from her own system. Or, she doesn't know I have a system. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 4. Chapter 4. You can become stronger by lying down. Look at what? At a certain moment, Kasha spoke. His eyeballs rolled, which startled the other onlookers. Jade, are you alright? They asked. I'm fine. Kasha said that he is fine. Lie down a little longer and it will get stronger. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. Uzumaki Mito was not surprised that Kasha could speak. Because although a series of lamp arrays can restrain the body, the target still retains basic functions such as breathing, smell, and speaking, but it is only superficially immobile. Then, let's go first. A few people of the same age were very confused, so they nodded and walked away. Kasha just lay there, motionless. From Uzumaki Mito's point of view, Kasha definitely won't last long, he's just a child. Uzumaki Mito, that's right, he's just a kid. After a while, there were footsteps. Kasha rolled his eyes again. It's the Great Elder. Jade Ming, what are you doing lying here? Isn't the ground cold? The Great Elder has white hair and white beard, kind eyebrows and kind eyes, and looks like a master. He is very concerned about the juniors in the clan. The granddaughter of Senju Hashirama. After Princess Tsunade ran away with her pick, the Great Elder took on the burden of the Senju family. His hair has also turned white in a few years, which shows the degree of hard work. Seeing the younger generation lying here, he was very puzzled. Back to the Great Elder, I'm just tired, take a rest, you can do whatever you want. After speaking, Ju Ming turned his eyes back and looked straight at the sky. The Great Elder was stunned for a while, and stayed on the spot. A long time, he sighed. Oh. It looks like this kid is going crazy. After speaking, he shook his head, stared at some red eyes, and left here. Kasha's eyes moved with him. And noticed that, the Great Elder used the word also. Crazy. What's the meaning? Strangely, Uzumaki Mito was surprisingly quiet after the Great Elder finished speaking. It's quiet, eerie. The Senju family is in crisis. It seems that it is not only the rise of other races outside, but also the crisis of becoming a background board. Kasha occasionally hears rumors that someone from the Senju family has disappeared. Moreover, speaking of lunatics, the Senju family really has some mentally abnormal people. It seems to be a common problem of inbreeding. This, Senju, family has a lot of strange things. In short, only by becoming as strong as possible can we protect ourselves in this strange world. Decisively said. Correct. The Great Elder also specially instructed not to enter a certain, forbidden place, inside the clan territory. Not one step, never come closer. At this time, the direction the Great Elder was going was the direction of the Forbidden Land. Time flies. From 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Kasha felt a little hungry. However, he still did not compromise with Uzumaki Mito. After all, physical strength is added here. The feeling of becoming stronger is very addictive. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. This kid. Uzumaki Mito saw Kasha lying down for 4 hours at once. Although still dissatisfied with his petty theft. But this willpower. Is it really willpower? Uzumaki Mito couldn't help but think of the conversation between Kasha and the Great Elder. It looks like, this kid is going crazy too. Her gaze dimmed a little, that was the fault of the Senju clan. Absolutely, can't. After rearranging his thoughts, Uzumaki Mito said in a clear voice, Senju Kasha, as long as you are willing to admit your mistake. Shut up, woman. Before Uzumaki Mito finished speaking, Senju Kasha choked her face, you. As a respected elder, how could she ever experience such a confrontation? Snort. Uzumaki Mito snorted coldly this time, stopped talking, and decided to starve him for 2 days first, not believing that he would starve himself to death. The time goes from noon to afternoon and then to evening. Kasha felt that he was really hungry. But, so what? Last life. Kasha once went into hiding and did not eat for 3 days and 3 nights. It can also live in a confined space that makes people crazy for a long time. It's just a small thing to starve it for a few meals. Soon, the sun went down. The dim yellow light shone on Caesar's face, and Kasha closed his eyes. When he opened his eyes again, the sky was already full of stars. Hee hee. Uzumaki Mito laughed angrily. Because, he fell asleep while lying down. Physical strength seems to have increased again. Kasha felt the changes in her body. But when you are asleep, it seems that you have less physical strength. That is to say, lying down also requires skill. Lying down with eyes open increases the most physical strength. In addition, Kasha found that the physical strength +1 prompt no longer popped up. This is because there is a limit to how much strength you can gain from lying down every day. To continue to become stronger, you need to lie down again tomorrow. So, Kasha tried to move his body. According to the system description, Uzumaki Mito is in his own spiritual space. But the spell she releases can actually interfere with her body from a practical level. This is normal. Chakra equals physical energy plus spiritual energy. Spiritual energy, soul, and things like that can interfere with reality. In this world where ninjas are the main profession, such things as spirit are not illusory. Slap. Kasha's fingers twitched. Exclamation point. Uzumaki Mito opened his eyes. That was Kasha wrestling with a series of lamp array seals. Then, the palm, the arm. When Caesar Ming propped up his body with all his hands, the inconceivableness in Uzumaki Mito's eyes rippled. Afterwards, Kasha patted his buttocks and got up from the ground. In the spiritual space, a series of lamp arrays was also lifted, and the spell like a ghostly drawing talisman shrank back in front of the powerful force. Good. Kasha felt his own strength. Laying down all day adds a lot. 2 or 3 big men don't want to surpass themselves. This is impossible. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 5. Uzumaki Mito exclaimed in his heart. As a guide, although there is only a little bit of power in life, the real power has not yet recovered. But it shouldn't be something that ordinary kids can resist. She immediately thought about it carefully. After the comparison, it was found that the strength of Kasha is at least double that of the morning. How is this going? Uzumaki Mito has never encountered such a surge in power. Oh no. It did. Could it be that what the Great Elder said is true? She looked at Ju Ming, and after being astonished, there was a trace of pity. What are your parents' names? Uzumaki Mito suddenly asked. Have no idea. After slapping his body, Kasha walked straight away. Ninja is a profession with a high death rate. Orphans are the norm for the little children of this world. Kasha, as well. Chapter 5. Basic Chakra Practice. In the sky, the stars twinkled. Kasha walked on the night road. After a while, he started running. Although my stomach is a little hungry, I still walk like flying. I have become stronger. Kasha really felt the changes in his body, and he was running in the quiet place of the Senju clan. Soon, Kasha returned to his home. This is a simple private house with a small backyard, and it is also the only inheritance left by the biological parents. Go home and turn on the lights. In this world, there are electric devices. TV shows, air conditioners, and refrigerators all exist. But no tanks, and no missiles. It is a world where the technology tree seems to be a little crooked. Kasha took out instant noodles, boiled hot water, and ate 5 packets of instant noodles. The appetite has increased. Kasha frowned. More stamina and the upper limit of stamina will obviously increase consumption. Although it feels good to become stronger lying down, but if the growth continues like this, it seems that there will also be financial troubles. It is very common for a penny to stump a hero. Wait until tomorrow to go out and rob the Tao. Jueming decided to beat up the children tomorrow and take pocket money from them. And tonight. After eating enough, Kasha started his daily practice. I was delayed during the day, and I happened to sleep for a while, so I should make up for it. When Kasha was eating and practicing, Uzumaki Mito was also looking at this place. It's just an ordinary house. In theory, she should know most of the Senju clan. But in fact, for a certain reason, she had been living somewhere alone in a way that was almost under house arrest for a long time before her death. So, she doesn't actually know many people in the Senju clan. After thinking about it for a while, he couldn't figure out who Kasha Ming's parents were. Kasha took a deep breath, sat cross-legged on the bed, and started the practice called chakra refinement. Chakra is the unique energy of this world. Everyone has chakra in their body, and animals are no exception. Extract physical energy from 120 trillion cells. Then mix the spiritual energy produced by the spiritual thinking of the human body. The sum of the two is the existence called chakra. Although people always say, expending energy to refine chakra. But in fact, this is just a rough statement. There is no way to create chakra by consuming physical strength, because physical strength only contains physical energy. So a strict statement. Chakra can only be created by squeezing the physical strength and exhausting the spirit, and combining the two. Kasha's grass body lie flat skill increases stamina, that is, physical energy. With physical energy, endurance can be greatly increased, and other aspects of physical fitness can be slightly increased, which is equivalent to the extension of the stamina bar. The stamina bar is long. The running time will be longer, and the time spent on other physical labor and spiritual practice during the day will also be lengthened. And because Kasha has the soul of an adult, that is, a relatively large mind. So, it is possible to extract the chakra amount that surpasses other children of the same age. Call. A breeze blew. A blue cyclone was created around Kasha's body. This is the performance of refining chakra. There's so much spillover and waste. In the mental space, Uzumaki Mito shook his head dissatisfied. Because only beginners, when refining chakra, will let the breath overflow. These blue cyclones running outside the body are chakra energy. It looks gorgeous, but it is extravagant, completely useless consumption. For example, if you refine chakra with a unit of 100, doing so will directly waste at least 50. A truly powerful ninja should be restrained. When refining chakra, there is only the movement of putting the two hands together and forming mudra, and there is no cyclone flying outside. After all, it's not Shiriki the tailed orc, so he has no right to waste his physical and mental energy casually. Shut up, woman. Kasha closed his eyes and shouted directly. What did you say? Uzumaki Mito opened his eyes wide. This kid is too rude. In fact, it wasn't that Kasha became angry from embarrassment. It was only 1 month because of Kasha's time travel. It is already very good to be able to master and refine chakra. Of course Kasha knows that the road has to be taken step by step. What can I see after practicing for a month? If you practice for a few more months, or even half a year, or a year, won't you be perfect? Do you know that you should respect your elders? Uzumaki Mito began teaching Kasha. But Kasha didn't bother to pay attention to her. Close your eyes, as if there is only a mosquito in your ears. Time passed by every minute and every second. Uzumaki Mito also said he was tired. Then she found that her preaching didn't seem to make people listen to her at all. It her off. Reminiscent of Kasha Ming's confrontation with her during the day, Uzumaki Mito began to doubt life. Is this the predestined person mentioned in the prophecy? The prophecy clearly stated that the predestined person will be the one with the best qualifications. Now it seems. The one with the best qualifications is like this, so the others won't be more. Uzumaki Mito suddenly felt worried about the great revival of the Senju clan. If it goes on like this, will the Senju family be okay? Although it wasn't very good at first. The decline visible to the naked eye, more and more crooked melons and cracked dates. Right now, there is no hope at all. If you don't have confidence in the prophecy, knowing that the prophecy is bound to come true is like destiny. Uzumaki Mito also gave up long ago. Kasha repeatedly refined chakra. Converge the overflow of chakra a little bit. After continuously refining for an hour, Kasha felt tired. Yes, half an hour longer than yesterday. Kasha was very pleased. The physical strength added by this system lying flat is used to convert into chakras. It can be seen that the increase in physical strength is very large. Went down to the living room and drank a few bowls of water. After slowly entering the bathroom and washing his body, Caesar closed his eyes and rested. Wait until the time is past 12 o'clock at night. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 6. A new day begins. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. The feeling of becoming stronger while lying down started again, and Ju Ming fell asleep peacefully. Chapter 6. Senju Momoka. Next morning. Kasha woke up with a radiant face. After washing up and having breakfast, he left the house and came outside with brisk steps. Uzumaki Mito, who was also awake, saw Kasha's appearance and asked, "Where are you going?" Kasha ignored her. Instead, he browsed the system while walking, asking various questions along the way. The first thing to know is that it will answer all questions related to the grass dungeon system itself. For Uzumaki Mito, there are only basic hints. The information of this world is also not within the scope of the answer. That is to say, if I want to learn more about the ninja world, I still have to rely on myself, or Mito Uzumaki, or others to help me. Kasha turned his gaze. Concentrate again and place it deep in the consciousness space. With red hair, a diamond-shaped mark between the eyebrows, and a white dress, Mito is among the beautiful whirlpools. Her temperament is noble and dignified, with a sense of sacredness that makes people look at it from a distance but dare not desecrate it. Compared with all the women that Ju Eming had met in her previous life, she was like the difference between the light of rice grains and Haoyue. It was also because of this that a strong desire to conquer arose in Kasha Ming's heart. Become stronger, surpass the god of ninja, and achieve the 6 paths, then you can revive Mito Uzumaki, revive the Senju family by the way, and then. Of course, the achievement of the 6 paths is still relatively far away. Ninja evaluation levels can basically be divided into the following categories. Ninja school students, low ninja, middle ninja, special high ninja, shadow, 6 paths. Within each level, there will be a certain gap. Perhaps the gap between ninja school students and ninja school students is not very big. But when it comes to Jonin and even shadow, the gap will be very scary. It is clear. According to the legend, the first generation of Naruto, god of ninja, Senju Hashirama, can beat many Kages. Even if multiple Kages go together, they will be beaten by one of them. Currently, my strength level is preschool. It's still a little bit far from a ninja school student. You need to pass the entrance examination, obtain the qualifications, and enter the ninja school to prove that you have really reached the level you should have. Senju, Kasha, where are you going? Uzumaki Mito reiterated. She probably thought Kasha hadn't heard. Robbery. Oh no. Earn living expenses. After saying something, Jueming soon came to a place where the clan gathered. The road here is very ordinary, surrounded by ordinary 2 rows of houses. At the end of the road, there is a little girl. She looked dirty, with ashes on her face like the bottom of a pot. What's more important is that the whole person looks stupid. Who is she? Uzumaki Mito asked. Judging did not speak. At this moment, there are several children around, making fun of this little girl. Ha, look at this idiot. Who made her disobey the Great Elder's words and trespass into the forbidden area? The Great Elder often instructs the clansmen, especially the children, not to let everyone approach the forbidden area. Generally speaking, very few people can pass through the forbidden area where guards exist. However, things always happen in case. The little girl of the same race in front of her just strayed into the forbidden area by mistake, and became crazy after she came out. What did she see? What's in the forbidden area of the Senju clan? I am afraid that only a few people such as the Great Elder know about it, and the others who know about it are probably given a gag order. Hey hey. The little girl smiled foolishly, obviously her spirit had been greatly stimulated. And Kasha directly lay down on the ground with a plop? A few children of the same race who were looking for fun turned around and looked back. A cloud of dust is rising. And it was Kasha lying on the ground who stirred up the dust. Jaming? Are you here to have fun today too? Also, what are you doing lying down? They asked. Lie down comfortably, you go on, don't worry about me. Kasha moved his mouth and lay on the side, not bothering to wave. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1, that's all. Kasha lay quietly at the side, watching these peers make fun of this silly little girl of the same clan. Aren't you going to stop it? Uzumaki Mito made a sound. At first, she thought that Kasha was here to stop the bullying of several people of the same age. And now, not only did he not make a move, but he just lay on the ground like this. Uzumaki Mito felt that she still had to think about what the Great Elder said yesterday. Time passed by every minute and every second. Kasha didn't make a sound or move. Some of her peers picked up small stones and threw them at her. In fact, sometimes the little ones are the cruelest. And Kasha just watched all this with indifferent eyes. Go home. I'm going back too. Soon, today's teasing was completed, and the children were about to leave. In the next second, Jueming stood up from the ground. Don't worry, everyone who celebrates the Chinese New Year is here. Kasha, with a calm face, sized up a few people. A few people suddenly felt a chill in their hearts, subconsciously they dared not look at Kasha Ming again. In the next second, a sudden attack came. Boom! Kasha punched one person on the bridge of the nose. Blood splattered everywhere. When he fell backwards, Kasha kicked out and landed on the stomach of the second person. Then, with a backhand swing, the third man was dealt with. At last. Boom! There was a sudden bump on the head, knocking the fourth person unconscious. In the blink of an eye, Kasha knocked down 4 people. The shot is quick, ruthless, and completely unreasonable. Precisely because he is one of Senju, it is not easy to guard against. No, it's useless to be on guard. Because Kasha Ming lay down for more than a day, coupled with the refinement of chakra, his strength has increased to another level. Good. Kill 4 people with 1 person. Kasha nodded in satisfaction. I'm stronger than I was yesterday. Uzumaki Mito was slightly taken aback. The anger in my heart because of Ju Ming's onlookers and bullying dissipated a lot. Just when she was about to praise Kasha Ming, Kasha squatted down. Uzumaki Mito's pupils shrank, could it be? In the next second, Kasha began to skillfully touch their pockets. This time it was even more extreme. Not only touched the booty, but also stripped off the tops and pants of several people. After all, the skill, grass escape body lie flat, is quite dirty. It would be better if there are several replacements to wear. Although the village distributes orphan grants every month. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 7. But only enough to eat. Therefore, Kasha decided to self-reliance roll. With a low drink. The four trembled, leaving only their underwear, and ran away naked. Kasha, who was holding a ball of clothes, nodded in satisfaction. Today's serving, a big harvest. I have money for instant noodles, and I have clothes. Then you can practice seriously and wait for the ninja school entrance examination, in 6 days. Before leaving, Ju Ming glanced back at the little girl of the same clan. Think about it. He took out a few pieces of snacks from his arms and threw them to her before leaving. And when the figure of Kasha Ming completely disappeared, the figure of the great elder appeared here. It's him. The little girl who was originally stupid turned her eyes and flashed a shrewdness. Yes, Momoka-sama. The great elder said respectfully. Look, this kid, Jueming. It's a good seed. Senju Momoka nodded and stood up, holding the snacks that Kasha left behind. The great elder was silent, that was not what he asked. It's about whether Kasha will also go crazy about this. Senju Momoka, if my Senju family will perish, it will be because of violating taboos, and I will be the one to blame. She squatted down again, unpacked the snacks, and stuffed the candies into her mouth. Chapter 7. Maybe I can take the first place. With the money secured, Ju Ming was very relieved, at least he didn't have to worry about being starved to death before entering the ninja school. In addition to basic nutritional supplements, lying down, cultivating, and exercising all require a lot of food. This is why Jueming came out to earn living expenses. He didn't want to drag a hungry body to take the entrance examination. There are still 6 days left. After sending home the borrowed clothes, went to a convenience store to buy a bunch of instant noodles, and hoarded a week's supply of food, Kasha returned home and was ready to start practicing again. Senju Kasha. As soon as Kasha entered the room, Uzumaki Mito's voice rang in his mind again. If you hit someone, you just hit, why do you still want to steal? Uzumaki Mito was puzzled. She didn't understand what was going on in the child's brain circuit. Beating up 4 brats can be said to seek justice for that stupid girl of the same race. But why take away their money and clothes? Because this world is a world where power comes first, and if you have power, you can do everything. Without the slightest hesitation, Kasha answered Uzumaki Mito's question. People in the world, whether they walk, live, sit or lie down, do not need money and strength. The method of completing the task issued by the system explains everything. This is a world of the jungle. If you want to make the Senju family great again and regain their glory, you must have the strength to shake the ninja world. If the Senju family has power. As for being ridiculed like this, there are so many rumors out there that the Senju family has perished, their surnames have been hidden, and they have joined other families. It is because Senju has lost its power. If the fist of the Senju family is still big, then who dares to talk nonsense? My purpose is to climb to the top of the ninja world. Become the strongest ninja. Let the Senju clan be great again. Then, the woman Uzumaki Mito can be revived, and then. Uzumaki Mito was silent. To make the Senju that lacks power great again, Jae Ming spoke to her heart. But she faintly felt that something was wrong, but she couldn't tell. Poof. The next second, Kasha was lying on the bed. I'm going to practice, don't disturb me. Uzumaki Mito was stunned. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and it's broad daylight and the sun is shining brightly outside. And in the last second, the Senju will make the Senju family great again. At this second, he was lying on the bed, and said that he was going to practice, Call. Uzumaki Mito took a deep breath. Only then did he forcefully suppress the anger in his heart. She almost laughed angrily. Practice? Practice while lying down. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. Uzumaki Mito didn't know that the retina in front of Kasha Ming's eyes flashed reminders every once in a while. She just thought that Kasha was too lazy to die. My favorite thing to do every day is to lie down. Lying down for at least 10 hours. Doesn't he understand the value of time? Spending a little time every day refining chakra is indeed a practice. But what is lying down? Senju, Kasha, get up. Uzumaki Mito shouted. I can't be bothered to talk to her. Kasha stared straight at the ceiling of his house. There is a little wind blowing outside, which is very comfortable. In fact, Kasha is not afraid of suffering. If the solution given by the system is self-abuse, Kasha will not complain. Because he is well aware of the cruelty of reality and nature. Kasha Ming had suffered so much in his previous life. Mentally, he was like steel. However, the spirit is like steel, which does not mean that you like self-torture. Torturing yourself, just because this is only the best solution. It's like not wanting to go to school or go to work every day, but still going to study and work. Now that the system allows him to become stronger while lying down, Jueming will naturally not refuse such a great deal. Stand up. Uzumaki Mito's low voice was like an old woman urging her child to get up. It really broke my heart. As the leader of the great revival of the Senju family, Uzumaki Mito did not forget his mission. Since the destined person is Kasha, then she will naturally fulfill her duties as a teacher and let Ju Ming lead the Senju family back to the pinnacle of the ninja world. She immediately began to correct Kasha's lazy habit. Have you forgotten the ideal of reviving the Senju clan? I'm reviving Senju right now. Kasha Ming finally spoke and answered. Woman, what you have to do is to tell me more things. Information about the ninja world, secrets, ninjutsu and so on. Ah. Uzumaki Mito laughed angrily. After living 2 lifetimes, I have never heard of anyone who can become stronger while lying down. Education, education. Sometimes, education can also take a more negative approach. Lie down, let's see if you can pass the ninja school entrance test if you lie down for a week. Of course I can, I decided. Although we don't know what the ninja school will be assessed at the moment, we still know some common sense. For example, the ninja school will never assess ninjutsu in the entrance examination, not even chakra refining. Whether it is ninjutsu or chakra refining, they are all things that are learned after entering school. The reason why Kasha learned it early is naturally because of the bonus of the Senju clan's rich family background. The elders and the others provided preschool tutoring for the juniors. So, the items of the ninja school graduation examination must be related to physical fitness. Maybe a sprint. Or weightlifting. Or other items linked to physical strength. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 8. Kasha lay on the spot, thinking in his heart. Then, it lay down until dusk. About there. Seeing that his stamina was no longer increasing, Caesar got up and started preparing dinner. Eat after lying down, and lie down after eating. Uzumaki Mito's voice sounded again. Kasha still didn't bother to talk to her. Slowly prepared dinner and ate instant noodles. After eating, I also ate some borrowed snacks. This is the beginning of chakra refining. But this time, the refining time of Kasha has become 1 hour and 20 minutes. It's longer than yesterday. It was supposed to be 1 hour and 30 minutes. Because the refining and conversion efficiency of Kasha is higher, the chakra spilled out is reduced. So it doesn't appear that the time to increase is very long. In fact, the stronger the ninja, the shorter the time to refine chakra. In a short period of time, the huge chakra needed for battle is extracted. This is the ultimate goal to be pursued. That is, efficiency. Today's refining time has become longer. Uzumaki Mito silently observed this scene. It was found that the refined chakra was more than yesterday. This kid must have been lazy yesterday. Uzumaki Mito didn't know. Kasha Ming is not lazy, this is actually the result of Kasha Ming lying down seriously every day. After washing up, Caesar lay down on the bed again with a plop. Uzumaki Mito. During the next 6 days, Kasha has basic biological behaviors other than eating and sleeping every day. It is to lie down to become stronger, and to refine chakra, and occasionally run, squat, sit-ups and so on. The body is the capital of the revolution, and chakra refining cannot be neglected. Normally, the stamina bar can be treated as HP, chakra bars can be treated as MP. Consume the existing chakra first. After there is not much left, consume physical strength and turn physical strength into chakra for use. When a person's chakra bottoms out, he will not die. However, if the stamina bar is excessively squeezed to convert it into chakra, so that the stamina bottoms out, then the person will die. This is something to pay attention to. My grass escape body lie flat adds HP bar. Jude thought. When I get stronger, I can open other skill trees, such as grass done ninja, to increase my mental energy, that is, the MP bar. In the remaining 5 days, the efficiency and control of Kasha's chakra refining are increasing. In the remaining 4 days, the improvement is more obvious, and the spilled chakra is less. 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, last day. Call. There is a slight breeze. Kasha refined a lot of chakra in one go, which took only 10 minutes. This kid somehow became stronger. Uzumaki Mito stared at this scene in astonishment. Under her helpless gaze, Kasha lay in bed for a week. He made progress abruptly. And of course it is impossible for her to associate lying flat with becoming stronger. Uzumaki Mito was just thinking, no, it didn't become stronger inexplicably at all. In fact, it should be like this. Senju Kasha, this kid. He has a good talent, but it's a pity that he just lies blind every day and only spends a little time practicing. If you can use the time you lie down to practice hard, wouldn't you have made progress to the point where you don't know where? Confronting Kasha's behavior of wasting his talent. Uzumaki Mito expressed regret. Kasha looked at the clock. In another hour, we will go to the ninja school to participate in today's opening ceremony. With the strength I have gained through hard work during this time, it should be more than enough to pass the entrance exam. Ju Ming thought, then shook his head. No, maybe even get the first place directly. Chapter 8. Ninja School. Konoha Street in the early morning is full of people coming and going. The bustling village is the heartland of the land of fire. Here, as a violent institution in the country of fire, it is also one of the 5 great ninja villages. I don't know how many people are envious and proud of its prosperity. Because today is a special day. Therefore, many children, either by themselves, or in 2s and 3s, or with their parents, went to take the entrance examination together. And the Senju family. Less than 10 children, under the leadership of the great elder, set off towards the goal. Less than 10. Kasha glanced at it. A week ago, when we worshipped in the ancestral hall, there were more than 20 people of the same age. Why are there only so few people taking the entrance exam now? This only shows that most people are useless. I was timid, or my talent was denied by the great elder. After all, on this special day, we must ensure that the enrollment rate is increased as much as possible, otherwise it will definitely embarrass the Senju family. And judging from the fact that so many people have taken over, the Senju family is really dying of talent. Today, you must perform well. The great elder turned around and did not forget to ask, lest someone do something bad. Everyone said yes. But whether it will be a bad thing or not, no one knows. When we got near the gate of the ninja school, there was a sea of people here. The great elder squeezed into the crowd and made some arrangements. Kasha Ming and the children of the same clan started to form a long queue. It will take a while to see the head. Without even thinking about it, Caesar lay down on the ground with a plop. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. Everyone. Jade, what are you doing? Someone asked. Who knows, but he will definitely embarrass us Senju family, everyone stay away. This is Senju Meng who was beaten by Kasha. You guys line up for me first, and call me when you get there. Anyway, if you are idle, you are idle. I will practice for a while. Caesar took a look at the clansmen, then turned his attention to the clouds floating in the sky. Uzumaki Mito still doesn't know that Kasha can become stronger while lying down. She also thought that Kasha Ming practiced too hard every day, so she thought it would be okay to take the time to lie down for a while. After all, work and rest should be combined. Sharpening a knife is not a mistake in chopping firewood, and taking a good rest is a good rest. Only. Uzumaki Mito, Senju, Kasha, aren't you ashamed that so many people are watching you? In broad daylight, one person lay flat. Being watched by everyone, if it was Uzumaki Mito himself, he would have left here immediately. Thousand pointing fingers, head bowed as a willing ox. Kasha casually replied to her. I lie down to become stronger, and to become stronger is for the Senju family. For this reason, even if I face the accusations of others, I am willing to bear it. Uzumaki Mito. Today, Uzumaki Mito is shameless towards Kasha's crumbs. Oh no, with a tough heart, I have learned more about it. This kid, completely disregarding other people's eyes. Whirlpool Mito Heart said. To put it nicely, it is called firm will. To put it badly, it means doing one's own way, and it is easy to believe that one's own thoughts will go all the way to the dark. So Uzumaki Mito decided to guide Kasha better in the future and prevent him from going astray. Well. Seeing Jueming lying down again, the great elder sighed secretly, shook his head, but said nothing. But there was no disappointment in his eyes, but another look. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 9. Kasha's lying down attracted countless people to watch. When they saw the Senju family crest embroidered on Kasha's clothes, they had different expressions in their eyes. Isn't the Senju family already extinct? Nonsense, they are married to other ethnic groups. That's not true, I heard, they gave up their surnames, and went into seclusion. Talking all over the place. Because of the appearance of the Senju clan, it caused a commotion. After hearing this, the great elder felt his face flushed, and his heart felt so uncomfortable. All this is due to the decline of the Senju clan. The tiger falls in Pingyang, the tiger falls in Pingyang. He sighed. Then, they left. Because the old man really can't accept all kinds of humiliating words. Children, work yourselves. The great elder. Seeing the great elder leaving, Senju Mang and the others also panicked. What should I do? I originally expected the great elder to cheer for my side. Facing the onlookers who looked at the Senju family as if they were monkeys, Senju Mang and the others immediately cringed even more. Only Kasha stared straight at the sky with his eyes, unmoved. Physical strength +1. Physical strength +1. Kasha didn't get up to register until the line reached the serial number. After all candidates have been checked, the first round of audition begins. Guided by the teachers, they came to the back playground of the ninja school. This year, the number of people from the Senju family who participated in the entrance examination is 8 people. Less than in previous years, this is 1 year less than 1 year. The ninja teachers in charge of the assessment looked at this scene and shook their heads. The decline of the Senju clan was something everyone had foreseen. To this end, the Senju family had to use political means to win over other families and individuals to form a pan-Senju alliance, that is, Senju lineage interest groups. Therefore, it can be said that many Konoha ninjas are actually on the side of the Senju clan. I lamented the gradual decline of the Senju family. They turned their attention to the other candidates. This year there are several excellent seedlings, such as the son of Konoha White Fang, Mr. Hataki Sakumo. Hataki Kakashi. Whoa. Hearing that Konoha Baiga's son had also reached the eligible age for school, the ninja teachers immediately exclaimed. After all, Konoha Shirato Hataki Sakumo is an existence whose skill surpasses Sannin and is second only to Hokage-sama. It can be said that it stands at the apex of Hidden Leaf Village, and belongs to the first-line echelon of powerhouses. His son's performance is naturally worth looking forward to. There is also the genius boy of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Iron Fire. Hear Uchiha's name. The surrounding temperature dropped a few degrees. In my Ein village, there are 3 forces. The Senju lineage, ordinary people, and the Uchiha clan. Most of the ninjas belong to the line of Senju because they are active or passive. Only Uchiha was excluded because of certain historical issues. The reason is nothing more than political factors. And there is another reason, which is their powerful talents and unique blood. Sharingan Shueji Boundary Pupil Art. Even if you don't open your eyes, the Uchiha clan can become an elite. Therefore, Uchiha is also known as the elite family, and it is inevitable to be jealous. Afterwards, the names of geniuses or other candidates worthy of attention were mentioned by these ninja school teachers. For example, Sarutobi Asuma, the son of the third Hokage Hirozuru Sarutobi. Konoha's powerful illusionist, Yuhi Mako's daughter, Yuhi Red. Etc., etc. Ninja teachers believe it. This year's entrance examination will definitely be very exciting. Chapter 9. The first round of auditions. Inside the ninja school, nothing seems to have changed compared to 6 years ago. Uzumaki Mito looked around the playground, and based on the information he heard from the crowd, he recognized some individuals. That silver-haired boy wearing a half-mask is the son of Hitaki Sakumo at first glance. The mark of the Sarutobi clan, the one that looks like a little orangutan, must be the second son of Sarutobi Hiruzen. The one with the flame fan, is Uchiha. He is also the enemy of my Senju clan. Of course, Uzumaki Mito didn't say the last sentence. Ju Ming memorized the information that Uzumaki Mito said in his mind one by one. And this chubby examiner, he is my own clansman Uzumaki Kushina, Jiraiya's disciple Namikaze Minato. Their class teacher back then was a very discerning fellow. Chubby Funano Daikoro came over and clapped his hands. The examinees looked over immediately. My name is Funano Daikoku, a Konoha Chunin, and one of the examiners for today's entrance exam. Among you, there are many good candidates. Strength is not necessarily the condition for judging all the qualities of a ninja. Sometimes, a teacher with a pair of discerning eyes and an excellent teaching level is even more valuable. It is clear. Funano Daikoku possessed this kind of quality. He could tell at a glance that there were many talents in this class of students. The first assessment is the audition, which is to run around the ninja school, and the candidates at the bottom will be eliminated from time to time. Last place eliminated. There is only one reason for this elimination. There are enough students this year, no need for additional admission. Uzumaki Mito nodded. What should I do if there are too many excellent candidates? Of course, it is enough to wash the bottom. A few minutes later, the dark group of candidates set off from the entrance of the playground and began to run around the school. At the beginning, the candidates were running in the slowest way to save energy. And as a candidate was eliminated, the other students speeded up immediately, for fear that they would be the ones eliminated. This is a kind of introversion in disguise, to drive away all the candidates and let them speed up, so as to exhaust their energy faster. Everyone doesn't want to be left behind. So rolled desperately. In the end, the more curls became stronger, everyone's speed became faster and faster, and more people were eliminated. Senju, Kasha, what are you going to do? Whirlpool Mito opening. Originally, she wanted to see Kasha Ming joke and make him fail in today's exam, so as to clean up a new leaf and start a new life. But, in her opinion, in the past week, Kasha just practiced a little bit before catching up. There is no problem with the current qualifications and passing the entrance examination. Let's take a look first, and then I'll speed up when we're almost eliminated. Kasha stared at Hitaki Kakashi, who ran first, and said. The eyes of the examiners moved with the movement of the crowd. Soon, some candidates were eliminated. This year's Senju family is still the same. Compared to previous years, it seems to be more unbearable. 8 children from the Senju family reached the middle stage, and 5 people have been eliminated. Last year, it wasn't as bad. This shows that one generation is not as good as one generation. The examiners have reason to believe that these are the 8 children carefully selected by the Senju family, otherwise today will be even worse. Perhaps extremes must be reversed. The 2 brothers Senju Hashirama and Senju Togama may have absorbed all the luck of the Senju family. Daikoku Funano shook his head, but he had a different opinion. His eyes fell on the body of Kasha, who was not blushing and out of breath. Ju Ming, who was in the middle of the crowd, looked around and found that most of the people couldn't hold on any longer. The first performance is to start lagging. The second manifestation is that I am physically exhausted and suddenly collapse. I used to lie down for 1 week, plus 1 month and 1 week of chakra refinement and physical exercise. The consumption of this running is just sprinkling water. Naruto, Make Senju Great Again Chapter 10. Decisively said. Might Kai, eliminated. The moment a kid with thick eyebrows and green clothes was eliminated, Kasha began to accelerate. At first, the other candidates were just dumbfounded. And as Kasha Ming ran more and more, and steadily overtook them, the eyes of these people became incredulous. Is he from the Senju family? Through the family emblem embroidered on the clothes, the children recognized Kasha's identity. What's going on? Isn't it that the Senju clan has declined? Why did such a powerful guy suddenly appear? Candidates are not the only ones with wide-eyed eyes. The examiners who supervised the exam on the spot also showed surprise. Could it be that the Senju family is really going to make a comeback this year? They watched as Kasha surpassed Obito Uchiha, Rin Noera, Ima Shiranui, and Ibiki Marino. Then, Yuhi Makoto's daughter, Yuhiko also surpassed. Came directly behind Hatake Kakashi, Sarutobi Asuma, and Uchiha Tetsuhiro, three ninja second generations. This should be his limit. That's Asuma Sarutobi after all, the son of Lord Hokage. The fact that the Senju family has declined will not change. Just when everyone thought so. Kasha started to speed up again, surpassing Asuma under the surprised eyes of some people. Asuma looked at Ju Ming, who suddenly surpassed her, and was also taken aback. Who are you? Before the exam, why didn't I hear about such a powerful guy from my Hokage father? I'm just an average, Senju, ninja. Ju Ming said calmly. The 4 words, plain and unremarkable. It was the evaluation made by Uzumaki Mito, who entered Kasha's body and checked it out. At this moment, Uzumaki Mito, who originally planned to praise Kasha Ming, felt a little uncomfortable when he heard it. She has a better understanding of Ju Ming's character of vengeance. Then, Kasha surpassed Uchiha Iron Fire. Uchiha Iron Fire. This Uchiha with a mole between his eyebrows doesn't seem to like to talk much, but his staring eyes confirm that his heart is not peaceful. After a few seconds, Kakashi, who was maintaining the first place in front, suddenly felt a breath behind him. This guy. He glanced back, just in time for Ju Ming to catch up, parallel to himself. The silver-white-haired Kakashi's eyes flashed with curiosity, guessing the identity of Kasha in his heart. When he saw the Senju family crest, he was taken aback for a moment, and then nodded as a matter of course. The Senju family is really powerful. The so-called emaciated camel is bigger than the horse. The background of the Senju family is different. Certainly. Kasha looked over and replied. I am a Senju family myself, and I know better than anyone else whether the Senju family is strong or not. Kasha said that no one understands Senju better than me. Kakashi. It actually surpassed Asuma. Became the second place. The examiners looked at this scene, except for Funano Dahe, all of them were surprised. Unfortunately, there is no teacher of Senju among the examiners this time. Otherwise, he must be delighted with the results of the Senju family this year. There will be a second game later, save some energy. After being surpassed, Kakashi was not impatient, but kindly reminded that there was a second assessment later. Although I'm not sure it must be a physical assessment, but it's okay to be cautious. Fine. Jueming smiled at him, showing his white teeth, like an innocent boy from the countryside. I have a lot of energy. That can't be helped. Kakashi thought for a while, accelerated directly, and quickly passed Kasha. Who? But when he was a little weak, Kasha chased him with stronger physical strength. Kakashi accelerated again, relying on speed and explosive power to surpass Kasha again. A moment later, Kasha maintained a constant speed and caught up again. Kakashi. Back and forth several times, Kakashi looked puzzled. This guy, doesn't his physical strength have limits? Soon. The first audition is over. Kasha got the first place. Kakashi Hatake is second, Uchiha Iron Fire is third, Asuma Sarutobi is fourth, Kurini Yuhi is fifth. The quality of this year's students has been revealed for the first time. Some people are too impatient and consume too much energy, which eventually leads to falling behind or even being eliminated. Funano Daikoku faced the examinees with his hands behind his back, and began to summarize. There are also people who pay too much attention to others, causing their mentality to become unbalanced. After hearing this, many candidates showed shame on their faces. In the next second, Funano Daikoro showed appreciation again. But there are still 2 candidates present, who performed very well. One is Matt K. Although he was eliminated, he still insisted on running the whole course. The teachers of ninja school have secretly allowed him to register for the re-examination. There is one more, that is the first place, Senju Kasha. Daikoku Funano announced. He didn't have any anxiety from the beginning to the end. The so-called ninja is a person who can endure and has a firm will. Senju Jumming, your first round score is the best, continue to work hard. Everyone followed Funano Daikoku's gaze. At this time, Kasha was lying on the ground, continuing to practice against the clock to become stronger. Who? Kakashi on the side was holding his knees and gasping for breath. Although his explosive power is great, his durability is not as good as that of Kasha, and he only got the second place in the end. Senju Caesar, you are so amazing, you even surpassed Kakashi. Noera Lin walked to Kasha Ming and said with a smile. She met Kakashi when she was 4 years old. And the latter, as well as Uchiha Obito's 3 childhood sweethearts, Sanshou Wutsai. Noera Rin knows Kakashi's qualifications best, and she is naturally very surprised to see someone who can surpass Kakashi. Jueming looked at the other person's face, she was a very cute girl with short hair. If you don't grow crooked when you grow up, your appearance must be very good. I just took advantage of the prestige of the Senju clan and took a few steps first, it's nothing. Decided to answer lightly. Oh. Noera Lin nodded. That, classmate Jueming, why are you lying on the ground? Noera Lin asked again. Jueming stared at the sky, I'm hurrying up to practice and become stronger, anyway, I'm just idle. Noera Lin, student Jueming, you love studying so much. Uzumaki Mito. Physical Strength +1. Physical Strength +1. Chapter 10. Winning the top prize. This guy. Senju next to him also panted like a dog, and he managed to occupy the back row. And this guy from Senju Kasha won the first place. How can this be? Senju Kasha winning the first place is tantamount to giving me the Senju Patriarch's face. Doesn't this make the great elder very happy? Thinking of how harshly he said a week ago, asking him to wait for the entrance exam, Senju suddenly felt his cheeks start to twitch. And Kasha, who was lying on the ground, was too lazy to pay attention to other people's thoughts. Feeling that the physical strength has increased a little bit, it is equivalent to recovering the body in disguise.